Hey YouTubers and Star Wars fans, this is 7 Master Jedi 7 with my first review ever. And this is going to be the Star Wars original trilogy. Starting off with New Hope to Empire, and then lastly, Return of the Jedi. This is going to be a 3-parted review. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about the new changes that were done to the movies, and also just what I like about them, my favorite scenes, blah, 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 etc. But anyway, before I get on with this review, I just want to let everybody here know that I am not going to be talking about the Star Wars Holiday Special. All right, I heard it's terrible, so I wouldn't watch it. I'm not going to review that. And I'm not going to review the Clone Wars cartoon movie because I've never seen it, and I don't think it's that good. So I'm not going to talk about that or any of the spin-offs, none of that. All right, just the 6 movies only. My prequel trilogy review will come soon after this, and if you're wondering why I'm breathing too heavy, it's because I'm using a Rock Band mic, and I kind of breathe too heavy quite a lot. So if that's bothering you, I'll try to stop that. Okay, but anyway, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. It didn't originally say Episode 4, A New Hope, until later on. Just to give it a little brief, just to say the plot real briefly here. I'm just going to say it real quick. Just to kind of open up this review here. The galaxy is in the state of civil war. Spies for the Rebel Alliance have stolen the plans to the Galactic Empire's Death Star, a space station capable of annihilating an entire planet. Rebel leader Princess Leia is in possession of the plans, but her ship is captured by Imperial forces under the command of the evil Sith Lord Darth Vader, one of the badass movie villains of all time, and also under the command of the evil Emperor Darth Sidious. Right, before she is captured, Leia hides the plans in the memory of a droid called R2-D2, along with a holographic recording. The small droid escapes to the surface of the desert planet Tatooine with fellow droid C-3PO. The 2 droids are quickly captured by Jawa traders, who sell the pair to moisture farmer Owen Lars and his nephew Luke Skywalker. While Luke is cleaning R2, he accidentally triggers part of Leia's holographic message in which she requests help from Obi-Wan Kenobi. The only Kenobi Luke knows of is an old hermit named Ben Kenobi, who lives in the nearby hills. Owen, however, dismisses any connection, suggesting that Obi-Wan is dead. Well, I don't want to give too much of the plot away here, but before I go too far with the plot, I'm just going to get on with my favorite scenes. My first favorite scene would have to be the Death Star assault, and also the escaping scenes where everybody is trying to get out of the Death Star after the stormtroopers attack, while after Princess Leia has been freed, and that scene was pretty cool. And my other favorite scene is the dinner table scene at the dinner scene when Luke is having dinner with his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, where they're just talking about how those droids are stolen and stuff. And Aunt Beru says to his husband Owen that he's not a farmer. He has so much of his father in him, but that's what he's afraid of. Yeah, the dinner scene. I liked the dinner scene. I liked it. I liked the whole movie basically, but I just have a few scenes that I really enjoyed watching, especially like most likely the bar scene in Mos Eisley. Like it kind of amazes me how they put these like really creepy characters in there that you can only see for brief moments, such as that guy smoking that bong and just all these other really weird, well not weird, but pretty badass looking yet creepy creatures that were in that cantina. All right, now let's move on with the changes that were done to A New Hope. The changes that were done was the newly added in Jabba scene. And I kind of like that scene because it's a missing part of the story, and to see it put back in, it felt more complete. In the 2004 DVD version, it's the same thing, except they fixed up the Jabba the Hutt's texture a little more. But I kind of wish they made Jabba look the way he did in Return of the Jedi. Because when there's something in front of the camera, you believe it, but it's just a digital image inside a computer. I just don't see why I can't see why they can't put in the puppet Jabba from Return of the Jedi. But I know that the digital image had to follow the same moves as the very original human Jabba the Hutt that George Lucas was going to put in the movie, but he decided not to. But I kind of wish Jabba the Hutt looked like the way he did in Return of the Jedi. But anyway, the other change is the one that's got everybody arguing of who shot first, whether it was Han Solo or Greedo. In the original 1977 movie, Han obviously shoots first, and he's the only one to shoot. In the 1997 special edition, Greedo does. And it's just kind of terrible how Han's head just digitally shifts to the side, dodging a blast at a short range. I mean, what the hell was that all about? Whatever. I got no other time to talk about that whole Han and Greedo argument thing, so moving on. Another change that was also done, in case you haven't noticed, like, you know, the scene where the stormtroopers are looking for the droids, like after they saw the crashed escape pod in the Tatooine desert. Well, they're riding those like things, like those big ass green things. I don't know what they're called, but you see the stormtroopers riding on one of those, and that was a change that was done. A little thing that you've seen. And in case if many of you haven't noticed, there is a little scene in that movie where the stormtroopers walk in to find the droids in the Death Star in the control room. You can see a stormtrooper hitting his head right off the door hinge. And I thought it was pretty funny. Like, if you look very closely in that scene, look for it up on YouTube, because I don't have a clip of it. But yeah, look it up if you wish. Well, this review is kind of getting longer than I expected here. Well, there's nothing really more I can say about this one. It was very great. I loved it. And it gets a 10 out of 10. Great ass ending. You know, what more can I say? It's a great movie. You know, it's a great movie. What else can I say? 10 out of 10, 5 stars out of 5, whatever. Empire Strikes Back review will come up on part 2, so stay tuned for that. So please comment, please subscribe, and see you soon. Peace.